Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 5 Remastered. This is 115 speaking, and before I welcome you to today's level, I want to talk briefly about the loading screen. Just look at Lara's expression. She looks like the kind of person that unironically says, yes! I can't get over it, makes me laugh. And notice Larson hidden there behind the corner of the building. Did you guys notice that on the loading screen? I thought it's a really cool bit of detail. Anywho, I would very much like to welcome you to today's level, Trajan's Markets. We are in fact gonna get our hands on 36 different goodies, raising the total pickups count to 69, which is not only nice, but this makes it the most pickup generous level of the entire game. When it comes to kills, this level will be the perfect example of what I mean with the in-game kills count issue. In today's level, despite facing off against 5 enemies, we are only gonna get 2 in-game kills, raising our kills count to 7, which is incredibly annoying. With one of those enemies I can sort of get that, because it's more like a destructible object, but with the final boss of the level, we should be getting 3 kills, and I'll talk more about that later. Furthermore, we are gonna get our hands on 3 secrets, raising the total to 6, and we are gonna again break 6 breakable objects, raising the total breakables count to 12, if you care about that sort of thing. What you probably care more about is the achievements. There is only one achievement to unlock here called Mars is Attacked. Defeat the Guardian Head by firing only 2 shots in a row using the laser sight. This is a really cool and fun challenge, and I'm gonna show you later how to do. And involves one of the enemies, and we are also gonna progress for Tail Innocence. There are a couple of red swarms here, but we're gonna get a sort of a second out of 3 completion points for this achievement via finishing the level without getting bitten. And actually, the first swarm we encounter in this level is the toughest one to avoid, but I think I have a working strategy. Nevertheless, guys, let's break some stuff. You know, it's my guilty pleasure, absolutely. There are a couple of these fragile crates all around. Pericolo di caduta, I guess danger of falling is what it means in Italian. Not sure that necessarily makes sense on crates like these, but anyhow, let's see what's inside. And inside is another laser sight, just in case you don't have it yet. It's an odd choice to put it here. I would personally put it before the Mars head, just to ensure we have it, but there you go. There is another pickup over here, and this time the trusty crowbar. You know this key item very well if you played the last Revelation. This essentially will allow us to open the next wooden panel. Not to be confused with the room over here, we can just take a sneak peek of the rope we'll need to traverse via the method we've learned in the last episode. And over here we have a wooden barrier that we cannot shoot nor break with a crowbar. But for some unknown reason, the metal one over here, we can. This is just a stupid trial and error. There is no visual indication to tell you that one of these looks crowbarable for whatever reason. I don't particularly like it. Anyway, let's break the third object over here. This time a small medpack, and it's quite dark in here, so I am going to light up a flare. I might consider raising the brightness to +3, we'll see, but this is such a dark game. I mean, just for the atmosphere, I would love to keep it dark. Anywho, on this ledge over here, we get a sneak peek of Trajan's Markets, portcullises and archways, which is pretty cool. A real-world location. I'm absolutely linking an article from Archaeology of Tomb Raider in the description below, in case you want to learn more about Trajan's Markets. And let's see if Lara drops the flare getting on the rope. She doesn't, she carries the flare. I have never actually tested this whenever I play Tomb Raider 5. Interesting. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Tomb Raider 5 the only game in the entire franchise where Lara walks on tightropes? And no, I'm hammering the flare's hotkey, but Lara will not draw it whilst on the rope. Interesting. But yet, I don't think there's any tightrope action in Angel of Darkness, neither in the entire LAU trilogy or Survivor trilogy, but maybe you guys will correct me, so something the Catalyst or Legacy of Atlantis could introduce, just to show off Lara's acrobatics. Now, over on that ledge over there, you can get your hands on a few shotgun shells a bit early. It's a tricky jump. You are gonna have an easier time trying to access it from the ledge on the other side, and in case you're wondering how to get there, I'm gonna show you, don't you worry. You can of course already make a running grabbing jump there to continue the level a bit quicker and skip a few parts, but why would I skip a few parts? I will enjoy these levels. Okay. Now, oh, this is an interesting grate. Actually, back in my original version Let's Play series, back in 2023, I showed you how you can get on the other side of it, then walk through it over here, which is pretty interesting. I'm gonna put it on screen, not gonna want to repeat myself. Let's take a brief look at the skyboxes as well, which were rather messed up in the PC version. They were a bit better in the PS1 version, but the remasters have actually added the skyline we've seen in the previous episode, but now it's more of an early morning. So I guess an entire night has passed since Lara's most recent encounter with Pierre and Larsen. And this is the ledge how you can get to the shotgun shelves. Shotgun shells, not shelves, a little bit easier. Excellent. Now, since I'm using flares a lot, refusing to increase the brightness, I'm always happy to see them. Excellent. And on the other side of this wooden barricade that we cannot open or break, revolver bullets. That's essentially it. Okay. And now we should get a sweeping shot. And if this looks like an intricate puzzle, guys, I have some bad news for you. It involves pulling 2 levers. Once each. That's it. Although you do need to do it in correct order. So there's that. Anywho, let's keep this trapdoor over here in mind for later. And essentially what we're after is opening this giant wheel and moving it out of the way. It's similar mechanism like in Angkor Wat in Cambodia, where Lara found her backpack all those years ago. It's gonna be a giant wheel moving out of the way, essentially. So it's a nice callback to that. I guess they wanted to reuse the same animation. You can take a sneak peek at the clockwork mechanism over here, but there's no way to interact with it outside of 2 switches. The trickiest part of this is perhaps finding the hidden ladder, which especially in the OGs was a bit difficult, and I would get stuck here for a while as a kid. If you're the first time player playing remasters, you're gonna see the drain pipe over here, and you might be thinking, oh, we can climb this. No, you cannot. I just wanted to address that right away. That's the kind of touch-up that can actually mislead first-time players, or people who are revisiting the game after many years. Anywho, another excellent application of corner climbing, which I'm happy to see more of in Chronicles, because it was such an underused mechanic in Last Revelation which introduced it. They introduced it, but then didn't really know what to do with it. Yeah. Okay, Uzi Clips, I see you, don't worry, I'm gonna get there in due time. And if you're quick enough, you can run through these corner gaps, so you don't have to make a jump each time. This, my friends, is the right lever. You want to press this one first. If you go for the left lever first, you're just gonna find the left lever not working at all. I guess that's the only puzzle element to this entire contraption. Yeah, it's not exactly all that great, is it? Alrighty then. I love the ambient music here. You can hear the church bells in the distance. It makes Rome feel like a lived-in place, which it absolutely should be. Oh look, we're overlooking the portcullis. By the way, if you have a hard time jumping here to get the Uzis, you can also do that from this ledge that I'm about to jump onto. This is a much more straightforward jump. I just wanted to challenge myself a little bit more. Okay. I guess this is the second instance already I showed you how to pull off a jump in a more difficult way. I told you how to do it in a more easier way. There we go. Ah, always so satisfying. And just look at that statue. There's no way I'm not taking a picture of you, Legionnaire. I see Christian crosses next to him, so this must be more modern than the ancient Rome times. I guess maybe from the times of Holy Roman Empire, when Christianity became the main religion. Okay, excellent. And now, this also, my friends, not only opened the giant wheel, but the entrance to the first secret, which is quite dark. I do recommend you light up a flare over here. Excellent. Normal shotgun shells, and the ones I'm never ever happy to see, the white shots. Why can't they all just be normal? Anywho, we're gonna put shotgun shells in general to absolutely excellent use. So there we go, the first of the 3 secrets. Okay, excellent. We can say farewell to the entire upper area, and now what we've uncovered is a shrine of sorts. Like I said, a Legionnaire statue. Don't worry, it's not gonna come alive like the Shiva statues in temple ruins or anything like that. Yet. But if you approach the shrine, Lara will just say, no. And then you know what that means. We are missing a key item. What I want to point your attention towards is how much the design has changed. There used to be a symbol over here, which didn't make much sense to me in the past. And now there's a depiction of Trajan markets there, and it says Forum Trajan, probably Forum Trajanum or something like that. So Trajan's forum, so to speak, which is just absolutely brilliant bit of detail. Okay, let us jump up here. And this, my friends, is where you'll need to be very careful because of Tail Innocence. The moment we pick up this coin that we need to put over to that altar there, we didn't exactly travel far, a swarm of rats is gonna appear, and this is the most difficult one to overcome. But let me show you my strategy and save the game here. Excellent. So, let's pick it up. Let's turn Lara slightly to the right and do mid-air turn like that. As you're climbing up, you're already gonna see the rats making it here. Oh no. Okay, they didn't deal damage to us, so we should... This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'll need to fall in a way where holding the roll key is just gonna nudge Lara forward like that. Let's see if I can pull that off again. Okay, so second attempt. This is actually good practice run for the New Game Plus, where these little bastards will poison you if they as much as touch you. Lara didn't stumble this time. Let's make the most out of it. And fall, holding, roll, and go, 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 go. And guys, the safest course of action you can do, really, since these fellas will chase you out, is hold the ladder over here. Now they can no longer reach us. But I have some unfinished business. I didn't take a picture of these swarms. And you know what? This is probably as good as it gets. Oh, just look at them. And now when we exit the photo mode, I need to be very quick to repress action. Oh, okay. Although I guess they are struggling cutting the corner, but you know what? I don't want to risk it. Some of them might make it through solid walls somehow and bite us, and yeah. So, again, just like in the previous level, the moment we hear the sounds going off, and there'll be complete silence, they have dissipated and we are safe. It just takes forever, essentially. Once we put the coin in, we're gonna open the grate out, but also around the initial chapel we found. So, no more rats, which is excellent. Our health bar looks to be full. I mean, there's a small pixel in between the white border and the actual green colored health bar that's always supposed to be empty. I hope it's correct like that. And in front of the Legionnaire statue, let's put in the golden coin, which has the same symbol like the OG receptacle, and now updated with Forum Trajanum coin, which is pretty cool as far as the remasters go. There we go. Okay, so the way out is open. There's a very ominous music playing, but don't worry, there's no other red swarm or any nonsense or shenanigans like this. So my friends, Lara really just wants to enter this chapel outside of the usual visiting hours, okay? But behind the iron grate, there's also a door that will never open. Before we go around it, I want to draw your attention to what I think will be the final third secret in the order in which we'll tackle them. There it is, a golden rose in the dark corner over there. This grate will open without giving you any heads up, similar to the previous two secrets in the streets of Rome. A design I'm not particularly fond of, but this one in particular feels at least more intuitive, because we're gonna cause sort of a large sound, which is gonna shatter this glass window, and it's also gonna open that grate. This window I'm absolutely counting as a breakable object, by the way. But just behind that golden rose, behind the wall, is a box of revolver shots, so let's take a note of that, and we'll be putting them to excellent use today. Furthermore, we are now pretty much swimming into the mouth of truth, so let's do that. You can get a glimpse of what you're after, and I think it's the Venus symbol behind this grate over there. We'll need to essentially cause the shockwave to shatter that giant glass before we open this grate and the third secret one, but we can get our hands on the small medpack a little bit early. And oh boy, be very careful what you do here because of the Mars's attack achievement. We need to do this with 2 shots only with utmost accuracy. By the way, this box of revolver bullets we just picked up is infinite. If you run out of ammo, it's gonna reappear here just like I showed you in the streets of Rome. So, let me save the game here, just in case we mess up the achievement. And zoom is your best friend. Note that it bobs up and down. Oh, that was pretty easy. Defeat the Guardian Head by firing only 2 shots in a row. And it dropped the Mars symbol. It's no coincidence that the head itself is shaped like a legionnaire. I think it's supposed to be a representation of Mars, the Roman god of war himself, or in Greece you would know him as Ares. And there we go, essentially. This Mars symbol is also what's essentially nowadays used for the male or masculine symbol when it comes to a male and female sign. We're gonna see the female one for Venus. That's the idea. Now we can go to that boiler room place, although we are still lacking an essential key item. So first of all, I would like to enter the sewers, out of all places. Sewers that really remind me of the Angel of Darkness prison sewers for some reason, which by all accounts seems to be a beloved level of the game. I'll see what opinion I'll form on it when we play AOD Remastered. Anywho guys, be very careful and do not do what I'm doing again, because for the tail Innocence you can accidentally summon 2 swarms of rats, and I want to show you where. Oh my god, that was really close. And there's another one coming from the grate over there. And remember, if we see our health bar flashing, it's all over. However, a good way you can overcome this is getting into water. Let me show you what I mean. Just like the rats in Tomb Raider 1, where I think I for the first time noticed it in Palace Midas, they will swim on water surface, but they are never gonna dive any lower. So if you stay away from water surface, you are completely safe from them. So we don't need to just wait and waste our time whilst they dissipate. Furthermore, mind the small medpack here, and I would like to explain the objective. We want to turn this giant ventilation off so that we can swim here and enter the chapel. To turn it off, we first need to interact with the boiler room, for which we are missing a cogwheel, which we can actually rip apart in this side boiler room. I don't know why Lara just doesn't turn the wheel to maybe stop the flow. Instead, we need to actually crowbar it out, pick it up, and take it back to the masthead chamber. It's a bit odd, but this is Tomb Raider logic, of course, and you could have seen a glimpse of the rats trying to make it through the walls. Pretty terrifying, but if you stay away, you should be fine. Okay, Miss Croft, thank you. Okay, even the rats have dissipated whilst we were getting our hands on the wheel. So now, I would also like to use this opportunity to, well, essentially show you how you can get your hands on the second secret. It is a very simple affair. Notice how the ladder extends to the ledge above the sewer cover. I don't know why, I think it's pretty cool. So anyhow, this is what we've been after the entire time. Not only you have to insert the valve wheel, shouldn't it just be a valve? Does it have to be a valve wheel? Anyway, but you also have to press action to now turn it, which I actually think is really cool. It's the animation from the Wreck of the Maria Doria levels from Tomb Raider 2, which, you know, how happy any callback to Tomb Raider 2 makes me. Anywho guys, the second secret is actually up here. Very easy to miss in the darkness. I mean, no one ever looks up, right? Or maybe you do, because you have such good Tomb Raider instincts. And now we can just transition directly onto the ladder over here, if you remember, which is excellent. And this also had the effect of shutting down the ventilation down here. So let's go for a brief swim. And inside, you can... Oh, that's some cool detailing on the wall. Was there even in the original, as 2D, but still cool. You can explore this little tunnel, which is completely optional, and I like to call this another unmarked secret. It just contains a large medpack. That's it. Not like we need a ton of medpacks for these levels, but yeah. A lot of the enemies will result in insta-killing you. Health doesn't seem to be all that important in those scenarios. But anywho, we now want to swim around this flow. We actually want to go there, but the ventilation keeps us away and actually redirects us to where we need to go. I'm not sure what this grate is used for, though. Oh, doesn't seem like it will ever open. Interesting. But we can get up here. And this room always, and I mean always, makes me nervous because of this grate. I just always expect another red swarm to come out, but it doesn't. It's so weird. And there's another small grate like that behind us, and an unlit torch for whatever reason. I feel like this torch should have been on, but maybe we didn't hit some particular trigger. Anyway, all that we needed to do was turning the valve, to shut off the ventilation that was preventing us from swimming forward, and I'm wasting flares left and right, but come on guys, that's what they're for. Okay, I really believe that lighting up flares all the time makes this a better walkthrough. Okay, up we go. That was a long journey to reach the chapel we were facing at the beginning of the level. What's in the chapel, however, is a shotgun. Oh yes, baby. I probably should have drawn it first, but anyway. Yep, the first Legionnaire statue was just a little tease. This is the real deal. One of the only two that we will fight. And thank goodness for those both health bars. Oh, we interrupted his cast. Excellent. Now, I recommend you use normal ammo for firing off from distance, but as this guy gets closer, we can swap to the useless one. And let me take a screenshot, of course, in his death throes. Oh, come on, we need to do something about this. We need to put a light orb, and I would like to put it ever closer, maybe even higher. There we go, that's a little bit better. Let's change the color somewhat. He was using green powers, so I think this is only appropriate. Okay. There we go. And don't let him fall on top of you. That can deal massive damage. Ooh, another breakable object's ours. Yeah, that's what I care about. We will hear the classic Tomb Raider theme played throughout the game at quite a few different situations. The one over here I think is very much deserved, but there'll be a few moments in Chronicles where you're like, why are they playing this theme again? It's gonna be a bit odd later on as we progress. Anywho, this is the inside of the chapel we were not able to get to from the outside. The only thing that Legionnaire was guarding, or representation of Mars, so to speak, was a small medpack and Uzis. Imagine this thing attacking an entire school bus of tourists or children visiting, you know? Rome is a scary place, apparently. Now, what this did, it didn't just shatter the window, it also opened up the path to the Venus symbol, but guys, you would be very tempted to continue, but if you do, you are actually gonna miss out on the third and final secret of the level. So we now need to go all around the chapel, back to the start, and notice that the other grate has now opened. But like I said, this one in particular I don't mind as much as those in Streets of Rome. It's like we're leaving the entire chapel complex behind, so it naturally occurred to me, you know, let's check this grate again, see if it opened, and thankfully it did. So anywho, now you know the mystery of what's inside the chapel, or what was inside the chapel. Okay, now let's get to the water, grab the Venus symbol, and then, in case you like boss fights, boy do I have good news for you. See, we could consider the Mars head a boss fight, where we had to shoot out the two eyes, then the Mars statue, absolutely a boss fight. But now we're gonna settle score with Larsen, coming back from previous level, via a boss fight, and then you're gonna face off against 3 bosses at the same time. Guys, enjoy this boss fight gauntlet, and the cutscene that precedes it.
Come out wherever you are.
Heck, this ambushing ain't what it used to be.
Not when you're involved, no.
Practice makes perfect, I'm reckoning.
Whatever. We seem to be missing someone.
If you's talking about Frenchie, he's kinda indisposed.
And you thought you might just help yourself to his share of what's behind that gate? Unless, of course, this is just a social visit.
Well, you know I's always pleased to see a little belle like you, Laura. Be more pleased to see that last stone, though, if you'll be wanting to hand it over. That ain't supposed to happen.
Well, tough luck, Larsen. Now guys, for Larsen's fight, I recommend getting the revolver with laser sight out. One important thing, there is no limitation to the rate of fire in Tomb Raider 5, like there was in Tomb Raider 4. Let me show that to you in practice. And there we go. Oh, let's quickly try and grab ammo over here. That's gonna be handy.
I may be a dumbass, but I ain't falling for that again.
No, really. Behind you.
Behind you! Behind you!
Trouble just started, guys. So this is where I recommend you save the game, but I'm gonna be cocky enough where I'm not gonna do it. I might regret that horribly. First of all, I'd like to show you something. We are at 7 kills. We didn't get any kill for the Mars head, but arguably that was a destructible object, but I do consider it an enemy on the scrolling screen. We did get a kill for the Giant Legionnaire statue and for killing Larsen, so our kills count has increased via twice. But now we're facing 3 bosses, 3 separate fire serpents, each having their own boss health bar, but none of these fellas will count towards our kills count. You have been warned. It is very unfortunate. Furthermore, the best strategy for these fellas, honestly, is the shotgun in my opinion, at least on normal difficulty. And I think I would first like to get rid of the white shots. And let me explain something. These Hydras, each having their own health bar, are only vulnerable if they carry a fireball in their mouth. The idea is Lara shoots it, it explodes in their mouth, and they take damage. This is a really cool and unique game mechanic. I like it a lot. The problem is the hitboxes, that I'm not the biggest fan of. Furthermore, you need to get into the habit of re-locking to the correct target via using the look key. And I'm gonna do my best to show that to you in practice. Excellent. Nicely done, Miss Croft. It's sometimes a bit difficult to tell which one she's aiming at, or if she even hits it. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, I am using white shots for distance. Oh, no. Miss Croft? Oh my god. Even if we aim at the correct one, with white shots, it's as if we're not aiming at all. Okay? Now she holstered her shotgun, and let's switch to the good ammo. This should now be easier. See what I mean? And this is the Hydra fight. I hope you guys found this useful. Okay, please start charging up a fireball. Pretty please. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. And despite us decreasing their health bar, something to do with their death being a particle effect doesn't increase our kills count. We are still at 7. Nevertheless, guys, this is really the best strategy I found for dealing with the Hydras. Not to go around the building, hiding from behind a corner or anything. Just at the very beginning, go for it. Of course, on New Game Plus, I might have to create a different strategy, simply because I think we'll be running out of ammo at that point. But anywho, couple of more goodies behind the temple, should you need them. White shots, and let me light up a flare for a large medpack, and finally, some good ammo over here, which I'm happy about. On New Game Plus, it might be a good idea to actually go around the temple, get the ammo, and then actually fight them out in the open courtyard. Now, unlike in the previous level's cutscene, with the Mercury and Saturn symbol, we now get to put in the Venus symbol and the Mars symbol ourselves, us, the players. We interact with the environment. It seems like such a small thing, but it's so much more satisfying to do it yourself rather than it happening in a cutscene. Okay, excellent. This is magic taking place. I guess we triggered the final gate phase, but it didn't cause the entire city of Rome blowing up in an atomic explosion. That's always good news. Guys, be very careful before you cross this threshold. If you are missing a single pickup, now's your opportunity to get it, okay? If you cross the magical threshold, you cannot come back. Even bullets will ricochet off it, okay? So, where are we? Oh, the music went a bit funny there for a while. Anywho. We have in fact found the Philosopher's Stone that the entire journey is about. And I'm absolutely taking a picture over here. We see it set in a golden vein. And I guess the idea is that Philosopher's Stone is supposed to allow alchemists to turn ordinary minerals into gold. That's the idea. So I guess it makes sense that it's attached to a large golden vein it created around it. But it looks nothing like it did in the FMV when Charles Kane was holding the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, in case you're wondering who Charles Kane is, it's Jean-Yves, essentially. But due to legal reasons I covered back when we tackled Alexandria levels, they had to change it after Tomb Raider 4, and coming to Tomb Raider 5, they created a new character called Charles Kane that now replaced Jean-Yves. But for me, it's always gonna be Jean-Yves meeting with Winston and talking about Lara. There's gonna be even more weirdness coming onto Angel of Darkness regarding that. Anywho, if your Tomb Raider senses are tingling, you have good Tomb Raider senses. This, my friends, is a nice callback to the Dagger of Xi'an, okay? Where we are so close to the prize, but there's an entire level ahead of us. Anywho, guys, I want to show you the in-game stats before I save the game. So, we have gotten our hands on all 36 goodies, raising the total to 69, which is nice. We have also defeated all 5 enemies, unfortunately being awarded only a kill for Larson and the Legionnaire statue. No such luck for the Mars head and the 3 Hydras or Fire Serpents. It's not like it's one 3-headed Hydra, they're all separate bodies, which is why I consider them 3 enemies. Finally, we have found all 6 secrets, we have broken all 6 breakable objects, reaching the total of 12 right now, and we have unlocked this level's one and only achievement for really dealing with the Mars head in the most stylish way possible. So, with that in mind, we also made progress for Tail Innocence, so this is the second of the 3 levels this achievement involves. The final one is gonna be much later, after the midway point of the game, so I'm gonna ask you for a bit more patience there. Let's save the game here, and let me show you what happens if you try to go for the Philosopher's Stone. I actually recommend taking it to the side, you're gonna take way less falling damage. Or no falling damage at all. Nevertheless, I'd like to say thanks to my absolutely amazing patrons. Blank Goopel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, Buddha2, Basic Brownie, Bino, and Alex Clark. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons and for getting the Mars head to look the other way, giving us enough time to take proper aim. Next, I would like to say big thanks to my Caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkie, Karavetu, Renegade Derny, Blanket Fox, Jonathan Jones, Dig the Bee, and PD92. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel, and also thank you for applying adhesives onto the Legionnaire statue, making sure it was all over before it could even reach us. I would also like to give special thanks to my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianiti, Alexander, and Richard Dearman. Thank you so much for your valiant support of the channel, and also thank you for giving Lara all those scoped firearms lessons in the past. She was able to quickly take Larson out without hitting any vital spots. Now let's just hope this is not gonna bite her back in the future in Peru and Egypt. And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Fox Mind. Thank you so much for your long and incredibly generous support of the channel. Couldn't do it without you, and thank you today for accompanying us when facing not 1 but 3 final bosses at the same time. Slowing them down with the power of ice, you let us take aim and time our shots at their weak spots, allowing us to eliminate them one by one in a rather stylish and efficient way. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members as well as to each and every one of you for making it to the end of today's episode. So what do you think about Trajan's Markets? I love the fact that this is the most boss fight heavy level we've seen in the franchise so far. I like it when the devs ramp up the difficulty, especially since this is the 5th game in the series. But as you can see, you can easily take them out on normal difficulty without using medpacks. Very curious how we'll be doing on New Game Plus. Before we do that, however, we have a long path to walk, and Colosseum is next, the finale to the Rome chapter of the game, and I have a little surprise planned for you at the end of the video. And until I'll see you again, I want to wish all of you happy raiding.